Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Um, so I got a problem. Um, COVID has got me down. Those of you who've seen the channel know that I usually play Destiny 2 or maybe some World of Warcraft, and I do cooking streams. But I'm an old school nerd. I was born in the 70s. I know I'm old. Um, my childhood was in the 80s. Graduated high school in the early 90s. Went to college, traveled the world, and now I'm at home. And I've got three girls. But my musical sense has fairly unique because I grew up in a house with Motown and some classic rock. Was introduced into metal when I was in my 11, 12 years old. Was into Van Halen and Motley Crue and and that was my little niche there for the 80s. And then I kind of got into Metallica in the late 80s, early 90s. Got into Guns N' Roses and stuff. But somewhere in the end of my high school, right when I started to graduate high school, grunge came out, and grunge was not my thing. It felt too dark. It felt too down because it was grunge. It didn't have that arrangement that had the guitar solos and the rising of the emotions, to the crescendo like most music I grew up with. So I kind of got away from it. But at the same time, during that time period, I discovered classic music. What I mean by is classic metal or classic rock. Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath for the metal side of it, who's the metal gods. And then whenever I got out of that, after college, I'm a musician. I play acoustic drums, djembes, congas, bongos, cajones, that kind of stuff, which kind of fused me into folk music. And I've been kind of into a lot of folk music, European folk music, of course, American folk music, and a lot of the folk fusion bands like Need to Breathe and Mumford and Sons, bluegrass, even Darius Rucker's solo albums, that country folk. I just love musicianship, and I kind of gravitated towards more acoustic music. And because of that, I've kind of missed out on the last 10, 15 years, pretty much all the 2000s, of what is new in metal and rock. So a friend of mine was like, dude, your drumming, the grandma drumming video, I did a reaction to the grandma who drums to Disturbed. And I'm going to link that video to the back of this one. And also I did a Tom Segura comedy. I did a reaction to Tom Segura comedy when he talks about Cajuns, because I'm a Cajun, and I thought it was hilarious. So they said, what you really need to do is you need to do reactions to today's music, or at least music in the last 10 years. And I said, dude, I don't even know where to begin. And he's like, we'll help you out. And he said, there's so many different types of rock and metal music. In fact, when I was growing up, there was speed metal, hair metal, and then heavy metal. That was just the three. You had the hair metal, glam metal, which was like Van Halen, Motley Crue stuff, which was more rock now. And then you had your power metal, which was, Metallica, whatever. Sorry if I'm offending anyone. And then you had your speed metal, which was like your Slayer and your Pantera, where there was like really hard, fast stuff. I get all that. Totally get it. But now I ask my friends and they're like, no, dude, you don't understand. There are Baskin Robbins 31 flavors of metal. There are so many different types of metal that have evolved since 2000 that you can't just put it in one little box. In fact, they broke open the box and scattered it through the wasteland. There's emo metal and new metal and screamo metal and death metal and power metal and operatic metal and neo metal and fusion metal and blah, 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 blah. Like, from what I've heard, there are little Japanese teenagers running around doing metal now. Whatever. Anyway, that's what he warned me about. Here's the thing. I'm 46 years old. By the time you take the next 4 years reacting to all the metal, you'll be 50. You better get on it, boy, because if you turn 50 and you don't understand what metal is now, you ain't going to last. And I was like, dude, so right. I said, but I don't even know where to start. He said, okay, you love classic rock. You love classic metal. I said, yeah. He says, why don't you do a reaction? Your first reaction should be to a cover from a current band doing a cover of a song you know. And I was like, all right. He said, here's an idea. You know who Dio is? And I'm like, who doesn't know who Ronnie James Dio is? Okay. He invented this, by the way. Ronnie James Dio. I mean, I went to UT in Austin, so I know what this is. But when it was like this, that was Ronnie James Dio, right? So there's a difference between hook 'em horns and the devil horns. And that was Ronnie James Dio. But he did like Rainbow in the Dark, you know? But he also did a song called Holy Diver. It was a really good, it was one of my favorite songs when I was a teenager because I was into my classic metal phase. He said, dude, there's a current band called Killswitch Engage. And they did a cover of it and they did a video to it. It's really funny. They're really good. They're a really good band. I think you'll really like them. And he said it's a little, they're metal, but they're not like so heavy that you're going to go, like you're going to run away from it. They've got a good groove. And so I did a little bit of Wikipedia research on it. I didn't look at the song and stuff. I just wanted to have some ideas. Apparently, this group has been around for a while. They're pretty established, they're pretty popular amongst everyone. They're well loved by everybody, but they went through a lot of struggles. Apparently, they had a lead singer. He got sick or got injured with his vocal cords or something, and he had to leave. And then there was a singer that joined the band, did really, really well, and he's on this song, Holy Diver. And then the original singer came back, and the guy that was part of the band then left. Anyway, so the reason why I'm saying that is I want to make sure everyone knows that I understand that there are two lead singers in this band. One was there, then he left, and then it was replaced by another guy, and then he came back. I understand that there's more than one singer, so before you freak out and go, that's not the original singer. Look, I'm not starting a Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth thing here, okay? Apparently, both the lead singer that's before and currently, and the singer that helped cover for him while he was gone, they're friends. It's all good. There's like love amongst them, so that's great. So I'm interested in seeing this because I love some classic metal, love some classic rock. I want to see what they're doing currently. This song came out a few years back, I'm sure. Let's check it out. I'm looking for. I am not a fan of metal bands that start da, 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 and that's all they do. If you go da, 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 the whole way through, I'm gonna turn it off. If you have a dynamic, if you have an arrangement that tells a story and moves up and changes and tells a story that I can understand, I accept it. The growling, the screaming, the whatever, totally cool. That's your art form. But don't let it just be that to where it doesn't, I can't feel it. I can't understand it, okay? For me, I'm a rhythm player. I play drums. I play rhythm guitar. So bass playing, and I play in the rhythm section. So I want to feel that rhythm. I want to feel that hook. I want to feel that groove. And then everything else you do on top. I know a lot of metal bands have dual guitarists. A lot of metal and rock bands back when I was a kid and stuff, you had a rhythm guitar and you had a lead guitarist. Apparently, a lot of metal bands, they have dual leads or like a rhythm and a lead, or where they work together to make the song really elaborate. And then I also hear that there are some songs where there's some bands that are really, really amazing that have only one guitarist, but he's so good that it sounds full. Looking forward to hearing about all of it. So let's get started with the first reaction. My first reaction is going to be Killswitch Engage, Holy Diver, which is the Dio, Holy Diver. You know, the original's good. Sorry, it just is. They said it's great, so let's check it out. This is Old School Nerd. Let's see what happens. Open mind, people. Open mind. Ooh. A drum player, epic beard, and he's throwing, which I like. He's really in the groove. Hear it? Come on. There it is. I like that. The lead singer is African American. He is African American. So excited. Remember, I grew up in a house with Motown, blues, and R&B and soul music. I can hear it in his voice. I can hear that he's gonna bring the soul to this song, which I love. I'm so excited. First catches, and I'm not gonna interrupt the song. Probably maybe one or two more times. I promise. Okay, two guitarists. Both of them are both throwing hard licks, which I love. The bass player and the drummer are in the rhythm. They've got the groove. They've got a good groove. You can feel that dun dun dun, and it's syncopated. It's not just nay nay nay. They're not repeating it. They're putting a groove in, which I love. So far, this is gonna work for me. He hasn't even said a word yet. Let's go. Turkey leg. Ooh. Nice. Princess is the guitarist with the hairy chest and the mutton chop. I saw that. Also noticed that the guitarist that's playing the princess, have you noticed how tall he is? His guitar is, he's so tall that his guitar looks like a ukulele in his hands, really tiny, but it's not. He's just really tall. Doesn't matter. Let's keep going. Nice. That's so good. Yeah, you got it. This night's gonna be turkey leg. Nice. Okay, sorry, one last time. I'm sorry. I keep doing this. I'm so sorry. Okay, the growling. His guttural vocals. Okay. I know that there are going to be songs that you guys are going to have me look at. They're going to be a lot of growling. Understand. I appreciate it as an art form. I don't understand what you're saying because you're growling too much. I'm going to get lost in it. I did notice that his guttural voice, his lower voice, his growl, not growl, but his aggressive tone, that guttural, I understood every word he said. And I appreciated it. And even though he was doing it, he still put that musical taps on the end of it, which is still, he's still got soul in it, which I love. Let's continue. Said through that. Nice. I love the drops. Oh, they're both getting a shot. There you go. I like that. Oh, double it up. In harmony. Love it. There you go. He's up there. Oh, dude. Enjoy that, bro. If that's what you like, man, get you some of that really tall, bearded lovin'. Turkey leg. Yes. 3 times. All right, that's awesome. That is awesome. God. Wow. Okay, seriously. That was okay, number 1. Epic beard. Oh, but anyway, no, okay. So great song. Okay. Now it's not an original. I get it. But you know what they did? They did their style, their musical style. I love how the 2 guitarists, even though they would alternate. One would do the rhythm, one would do the lead. And then for the solo, they both took a shot. And they both shared their storytelling and their guitar solos, because you could tell that each one of them plays differently, but they complement each other. Drummers on point, good drops. Da-dum, that classic, back in the 70s and 80s, that power heavy metal I grew up on had that da-dum, it's a classic Black Sabbath, War Pigs, but the lead singer is great. I love his voice. I love his soul in his voice. I loved his growling. I thought it was really, really good. I appreciate it. But my final thought in this is, rest in peace, Ronnie James Dio. He was one of the godfathers of metal. They did him justice because the lead singer sang the song. They played the song in their style, but paid homage and did a good job of doing it justice. I really enjoyed it. All right, so hey, that was my first reaction. Hope you all enjoyed it, because I know I did, and I can't wait to do more. So this is what I need. I need suggestions. I need recommendations. I want to know what all of you think this old guy needs to check out next. I may even bring my daughter into this. She's 11, loves music. And if it's something that'll freak her out, that's cool. Down with that. Hey, like and subscribe the video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Put the notification bell on if you'd like. It's totally up to you. But more than anything, give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I should pay attention to next. We'll see everybody else later. Hey, my name is Old School Nerd, and yeah, I'm old. And I'm a nerd. And I want more. So much more. Peace.